right, man. What it do? It's the Hunnids Podcast.
Yeah.
Man. Jay Hamp.
B Sawyer in the building.
Hey, look, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope y'all staying safe out there in this white violence. You feel me?
They don't care about us.
Y'all seen what it was out there, man.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Can I speak on it real quick?
We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. Just a little bit of housekeeping, man. Make sure that y'all follow us, man. Hit us up on Instagram at TheHunnids Podcast. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to YouTube. But not just us, the homie, the OG.
Indeed.
You feel me? Out here grinding. Let me tell you, man. Big Dog out here did a whole set, had the whole Funny Bone rocking from time. I ain't capping. Then I find out about 2 weeks later he did this off the top of the dome piece, man. Dang. If that ain't a legend in the making, you feel me? I don't know what else is, man. That's a master of the craft, man. Hey, look, and to come from somebody named King.
Hey.
You feel me?
Hey,
King.
That's royal to King David in the building, homie. What's up, brother?
Man, listen, man, thank y'all for having me, man. King Day, the comedian, all one word, no spaces. I don't tell jokes, I make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Man, they had me at the Funny Bone, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I had prepared a set. I ain't gonna lie to you. I prepared my set. Well, this is how we first meet. I prepared my set at the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching because I usually when I go to a show, I never go with a set.
Right.
I view the crowd. I move off of energy. You know what I'm saying? So if I come in there and the energy there, I know I got to do a set that's energy packed. If I come there and the energy there, then I'm gonna do something where I know I'm gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't so much I got to put a lot of energy into it. Right. But I went in there. I'm vibing off the energy, so I write a quick set. Boom, 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 boom. Something real quick. Get down on stage, man. The very first goddamn thing I say out my mouth, I forget everything I just wrote. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, but me being the comedian that I am, I just flow with it, man. I go off of vibes, man, people energy, because every crowd wants to feel like they're a part of what you're doing in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of comedians fail to realize. They got a set, they locked in, they not gonna deviate. But you got people in front of you that's living, breathing, watching you, that feel like they're a part of you, they came to support. I want everybody to feel like they're a part of it. So if I see you, I catch your eye, then I'm gonna include you. I ain't gonna try to hurt you, but I'm gonna include you. You know what I'm saying? And so, boom, made a quick set, man, and it was all right, man. I felt like I did all right, you know what I'm saying?
No, you killed it, bro. Like, and you ain't the only one to forget some shit, you know what I'm saying? You forgot the flies. Whole sold out show.
Man, no.
Listen, let me ain't get no checks back or nothing.
Stop right there. Let me tell you what happened, right? This is the raw dog.
You got
truth.
a junkie car?
No.
Niggas who forget shit got junkie cars.
You got a junkie car.
Sometimes. My car, I got kids, bro.
You a football coach.
I got kids.
Oh, yeah, you a coach. You got junkie.
I got kids, you know
He
what
that
I'm
nigga
saying?
you get in the car. He got a cigarette, cigarette lighter, helmet, throwback jersey, a tennis shoe, and everything. And that's on the dashboard. Go ahead.
Hey, look, shit everywhere. But no, like for real though, I put the order in on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? The show was what, Wednesday?
Okay.
All right, I put the order in on Saturday. I texted him. I said, bruh, order's in. Saturday, it's done. Come Monday, didn't hear nothing. Hit him up Monday. Yo, what's up? Be ready on Tuesday. Cool. Tuesday come, not ready. Now,
at this point, you supposed to run up on this man, smack 5 from him. All that strength for nothing.
Yeah. You a coach. You supposed to at least sack him or something. You supposed to drew up a play. You supposed to drew up a play.
I drew up a play in my mind. Look, I drew up a play in my mind. I was like, look, all right, I'm a call him, put a little bass in my voice, because if I roll up on him and smack the hell out of him, I ain't gonna get the flyers. It's not going down.
Depending on how hard you smack him. If you smack him and he fall asleep, you can wake up like, damn, man, you done blacked out. Get them flyers though, man.
So look, let me ask you this, man. While you was on the stage, man, like, to me, comedy, man, there's certain moments where it's magical. Like when Bernie was up there, I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
Yeah, rest in peace of Bernie, man.
You feel me?
Yeah,
I seen this moment that would happen, and I text Black, and I was like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Dude is special, man. And I was feeling that a lot of your story come from, you know what I'm saying? It's part of that, man. So like, talk to about your story, man. Like how much you pulling into what you do.
I'm gonna say this, and this is for every comedian, man. Comedy is like, and we talked about this earlier. Comedy and everything moves off of a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's about rhythm. And one of the reasons why, and there's no knock to no race or nothing, but one of the reasons why white people knock black people is because of the rhythm. Not the rhythm that we have when we dance, but the rhythm that we in tune to the earth. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can put a beat on and you can wake up out your sleep jamming to that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And comedy is the same thing as just knowing the vibration and rhythm that you want in that moment. And it's times when you on stage, man, when you get into that rhythm, man, and it's like the crowd rocking and you rocking back, and it's like it's a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mental preparedness when you come out there. And shout out to Bernie on that, man, because I felt as a comedian, I felt what he was putting out there. He was saying, I'm not scared of whatever y'all putting out there. I'm gonna come out here and match it. If you throw it, I'm gonna match it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people get so caught up in, I gotta make them laugh. I gotta make them laugh. Now I gotta make you love me. Then I want you to laugh. Because if you love me, you're gonna laugh harder.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So when you going out there and the crowd is completely flat, stale, no personality, everybody's like this,
right?
And you coming out there, you hyped in your mind, and you like, man, everybody's dead. What if the joke or whatever you coming up with don't work? Do you have like a backup plan? Like, what is the strategy for that?
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. I done done, in my career, man, I done easily over 200 shows. I never been booed. Never been booed.
Because I heard some stories about comedians getting booed when they first started out. And
I done talked to some big name comedians, man. I ain't in the name dropping, but I done talked to some big name comedians, and they always like, well, when you get booed, that's when you like, my goal is not to go out there and wait, I can't wait till I get booed. Fuck that. My goal is to kill every stage I step on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a comedian out there who can step on the stage and not get booed every time he step on stage. But it's a comedian out there who know every crowd and every time he steps on the stage. Every time I step on the stage, they don't need the same material. They don't need a set. You know what I'm saying? The Funny Bone needed a freestyle nigga. They didn't need a set nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if I'd have came out there as I'm going to prepare a set and this is what I'm going to give them, I don't know that crowd. They don't know me.
Right.
So I'm going to get them what they don't know before they even meet me. I'm going to get them what they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And that's you, right?
Right.
So these stories that you tell, is there a story that you won't tell? Is there a part of you that you won't give? Because comedy is a part of giving you.
I'm going to say this, man. As comedians, man, everything we do with comedy comes from a lot of pain. We turn pain, we able to take pain, this raw, dirty pain, clean it up, polish it up, and then serve it to you as a joke, and you can laugh at it. But we went through the shit that we had to go through to make that, you know what I'm saying, something that you could laugh at. But it's certain family stories, things that my family have been through, the struggles and the stripes that we done been through, that I won't sacrifice a laugh in order to sacrifice my family's peace of mind. But I have said in my head, once this person died, once this person is gone, I'll tell certain jokes. But certain jokes I won't tell as long as they living, because that was all they could do at the time. Like my family, the struggles we went through, it's what we went through as a family and what we grew from. Is not for you to laugh at. Because there's plenty of families struggling, going through different shit, and I'm not going to sacrifice that in order to make you laugh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because my family went through that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can make you laugh with shit. I can talk about the trash can and make you laugh. I don't have to talk about my grandma, or I don't have to talk about my aunt. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sacrifice them for a laugh. And a lot of times comedians sacrifice people in order to elevate. And that once it get to a certain point is what won't you sacrifice. You know what I'm saying?
Lost that integrity.
Yeah. If you get on stage and talk about your family and your kids, and you not in a way where you
it's
like
bash
funny,
them,
but you putting their business out there.
Right. You demean
Once
them.
you start putting their business out there, people will look at that and say, "Damn, he put his kid out there. What won't he do?" And then you wonder why they come to you with certain offers. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at certain things like that. You know what I mean?
So like, have you came up with any like? We're in the middle of a pandemic, of course.
Yeah.
Have you come up with any like pandemic jokes? Anything to bring some light to all the chaos that's going on in the world right now? Well,
me, man, it's everything is so saturated with pandemic this, and you know what I'm saying, everything that's going on, like COVID. Like when COVID happened, stuff was still going on, but everybody doing COVID jokes. Everybody COVID this, COVID that. I was the only one to say, I'm not even gonna joke about COVID. I might touch on it because it's a current event, but I'm not gonna do what everybody is oversaturatedly doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't have to. I don't gotta follow the trend to make you laugh. I can make you laugh on some shit that don't got nothing to do with what's going on right now, and just be just as funny as a person talking about something that happened today. You know what I'm saying? So
when you get your material together, like what sparks? Is it something like if you watching a cartoon, you be like, that shit was funny. I'm about to write this up right quick.
Yeah.
Or you know, case in point, we was just talking behind the scenes about music.
Right,
And
right,
then I
right.
came up, I said
Yeah,
something, and you was like, hold on, dog. Let me write this
Yeah, that's
down.
a
This
joke.
might
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a hit right here. So is that how you come up with your material?
I might be telling a little something, but you know what? This cool for all comedians.
shit,
man.
I pulled
If
it
you're
out
a
of-
comedian, listen.
let's
If you're
hear
a
it.
comedian or aspiring comedian, this for you. The way I get comedy is, and a lot of people, especially my close friends that know me years, they're like, man, I hate talking to you because every time I talk to you, you and your phone writing down a joke. Because we say stuff in conversation
That's funny
that
as
is
hell.
hilarious,
Yeah.
but we don't think to ever put it down because it's just conversation. But you don't realize you just had $1 million conversation, and because you failed to write it down and you don't remember it, you done lost $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you hear comedians on stage all the time saying stuff, or you hear a rapper talk about a struggle, you like, damn, I joked about the same thing, or I've been through the same struggle. The only difference between you and them is they wrote it down and put it out there. They served
Yep.
it up.
Yep.
So any conversation I have, I'm always on the Reddit. Even if I don't write it down for the sake of the conversation, I lock it in my brain like, okay, we was talking about music. Okay, lock that in later on. And that's how I come up with my material. But then I still go off of the energy of the crowd. Because I got millions of jokes, but I got to go. If my crowd ain't receptive to it, I'm not going to use it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how funny it is. You know what I'm saying? So
We hear about rappers, you know, they get locked up, and some of them they say that, you know, being locked up, they lose that spark. They
Right.
can't write being in that process. You at one time, you know, you did what, 6 years,
yeah,
St.
did
Bride,
5 and did 6.
St. Bride, Indian
Yeah.
Creek.
Yeah.
During that time period, did you use that? You know, was your spark? Did you have your spark for your craft there?
Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man, still locked up, man. Shout out to my guys, man, and ladies, man, who still, you know, behind that wall doing time. The first time I did time, man, I'm gonna say it was me learning myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I got locked up young and I had to learn how to become a man in the system. You know what I'm saying? Where you around wolves and vultures every day. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was about the first bid where I was kind of learning, you know, how to become a man. I came home and was trying to apply everything that I learned to, you know, from what I had did on that bid. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come home. This is what a man's supposed to do because my pops weren't there. So I had to try to do all this stuff. Stumbled and failed. And when I failed, I went right back to the same place I vowed to never go, which was prison, 6 years. Soon as I walked through the doors, I'll never forget, I was walking onto the compound. I'm like, damn, I'm back here again. So I'm like, all right, King Dave, you back here again. What you gonna do different? I say, this is what I'm gonna do different. A prison is built like a college campus. If you ever on the college campus, they got one main walkway, buildings on each side. You know what I'm saying? Everything is set up kind of the same structure, just motherfuckers ain't leaving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, ain't no bells and you just walk off this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When the bell ring, you go from building to building. You know what I'm saying? But I told myself I was gonna use this time like college. I say, I'm in college and I'm mastering in myself.
Yeah.
So I tried to pull out everything I could about myself. Being the only comedian, man, I did, from the time I was locked up to the time I came home, I did shows in the block. I was in the jail, Norfolk City Jail. I pulled guys, hey, look, man, 8 o'clock, we doing the show. And, you know, you got rappers in there. I had niggas in there rapping, singing, doing poetry,
Hold on,
dancing
man.
in the fucking jail. You know
So
what I
you
mean?
done went in there and started a whole brand new revolution.
Yeah, I'm a penitentiary success now. You know, if I was to go back, like, I'm a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? They're like, that nigga back, oh shit, man, pull up, we about to show, you know what I mean? You know, but that's what, and then, you know, even with that, I'm still in tune with a lot of guys who I helped in that process, man. Like, they still call me and I mentor them. So in that time, man, I learned how to, I learned that I could write books. I wrote 5 novels. I write music, the comedy. I wrote screenplays, stage plays, all of these different things, man. It was like I couldn't do anything physically, but mentally I excelled, and I never stopped working on my craft.
So was
What's
this-
the quickest lesson that you had to learn once them doors shut? When it hit you, you was like, man, damn, this shit real, bro.
The quickest lesson I learned, man, and it's something that I tell people all the time, that, you know, you come into this world by yourself, man, and at the end of the day, if anything happens, you got to live and die with your decisions. You know what I'm saying? So when you come into this world, you by yourself. So every decision that you make, you got to be selfish in the decisions you make, because nobody is going to suffer every single second of that decision but you. I did every day of that time. I didn't miss one. No matter how many females was there, no matter how many family rolled, every day of that time I was there. So I had to learn quickly. Are you going to live with this decision, or are you not gonna live with it? You know what I'm saying? So once I realized that, my life took a whole different trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So,
Did the Mexicans have on boots?
the Mexicans had on boots. Mexicans got boots on. If the Mexican got boots on, it's real. But shit, then again, the Mexicans always got on boots, man.
Was there ever a time when you was locked up that you felt like you just weren't gonna make it out?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, for anybody who ever been locked up, man, it's like being in the hospital, man. If you ever been in the hospital and you've been sick or you've been shot or anything that's happened to you and you in the hospital, in the back of your mind, you start to think, like, am I going to make it out of this situation? You know what I'm saying? Because things happen. Medical equipment fail. You know, your body fails. When you walk into a prison door or a jail door, there's an uncertainty there. You could literally have a heart attack and die of
I was
natural
about to say
causes. You know what I'm saying?
the stress level of when you hear that door clink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it affects people differently.
I'm gonna tell you this: everybody who locked up, that one is one sound that even if you was to have a heart attack in jail, and say you had a heart attack and die, it's one word that can bring every person back. And I learned this in jail. And if somebody been locked up, if y'all watching locked up, you know, Trays. That should have wake a nigga up. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen something wake motherfuckers up out the dead. Then you can whisper that shit in jail and people will wake up like zombies. Like you be like Trey, Trey. Yeah,
But they
Trey.
say the food is terrible.
Yeah, the food terrible, but if it's the only food you got, it terrible become good. You know what I'm saying? King Vitamin won't good.
Yeah, they was making that.
You know what I'm saying? That's the
I heard a whole lot of stories about that swole.
Man, swole is. I had a joke about swole, man, but swole is everything meant to kill black people, including racism, is in swole.
swole.
You know what I'm talking about swole is made up of racism, white women, salt, you know
everything,
what I mean? Sugar,
slavery,
everything to kill black
everything.
people is in swole. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Police, you know what I mean? Nah, yeah.
So look, you wrote 5 books though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
5 books.
And from what I'm hearing, these books they not your typical, black literature.
Right.
What makes you? There's a thing. I almost say thing, because I don't want to box you in.
Right.
But it seems like you not afraid to go different routes.
Right.
Than everybody else, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to me about them books, and then talk to me about where that inner whatever that is that come from. That's be like, you know what? They over here. I'm gonna go here.
I grew up in Brampton. I'm from Norfolk. Grew up in Brampton, surrounded by the
City.
projects. I'm from Norfolk, Shot City. Shout out, Norfolk, man. Shout out Virginia, period. But I'm from Norfolk, man. We were surrounded by the projects. And even as a kid, you start to realize that I was in a box inside of a box because the projects is already boxed in, but we boxed in by the projects. And ironically, on the other side of Brampton, outside of the projects, is a fucking college, Norfolk State. So on one end, you got school, higher education, and on the other end, you got loss of life, degradation, all of these different things. So when I got locked up that first time, I was like, damn, I was in the mix of all of this. What made my life at 17 years old wind me up in prison? And so I started to learn that when people got into prison, they act like prisoners. You know what I'm saying? They walked around and, it's a certain demeanor you got to carry yourself with in order to stay, out of certain arenas or, certain things going on. You got to carry yourself in a certain manner. But I realized, like, we are boxed in. We are always boxed in. We stereotype. We held a certain demographics. They look at us differently in certain ways. So I'm like, you know what? I don't ever want to be the one to box myself in. If you box me in, that's cool. But I'm gonna show you that I'm outside of that box once you get to know me. But if you was to box me in and say he a comedian, no, I'm not a comedian because I do white rooms, I do black rooms, and it don't matter where you put me. I can do goddamn comedy to the blind and deaf if you put me there. Being that bitch knocking hard as a mother, you know what I mean? But I told myself when I first wrote my first book, it was a hood novel. And I'm saying this right now early, y'all getting this right now early, I'm shopping it around. It's better than Power. My first book is better than Power. I stamped that. But after my first book, I was like, everybody reading like, boy, you a good urban author, but you're gonna be a good black author. And when they said it, it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel like, it was like scratching the board, like, nah, I'm not no fucking black, I'm an author. So my next book, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go complete 360 from that first book. And it was more or less a crime type novel. All my characters are black though. I never use, I never talk about that. I ain't that goddamn far. They looking like,
What's the names of the character?
Man, he can't get all
Are they
that.
Are they regular names or they names?
Nah, they like the first book that I wrote. The main character is King. King and Bird is the main character. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I had to put my name in there.
Okay.
You know, it was set in Baltimore, a hood story. Then my second book is about a female, and I'm gonna throw it out there early, named Karma. You know what I'm saying? And Karma, she lives up to her name. That's all I'm gonna give, cause you know. But I went far left from that. Then my third book was a straight crime book. It was about it was a murder mystery. You know what I'm saying? And that one, you know, that one is dealing with murder mystery. Then my fourth book, I wrote that because a nigga told me a story and was like, man, if you was to ever write a book, I said, well, what would you do if you wrote a book? And I wrote a book for him. In 3 months, I wrote the motherfucking book. That was my fourth book. My fifth book was a sequel, and then I got another book that I started halfway. But
So growing up, were you a reader? Did you read a lot?
Nah, I couldn't read.
I was about to ask you, have you ever read the Hardy Boys? Because the Hardy Boys was murder mystery.
The Hardy Boys? Damn, that name sound familiar.
Yeah, I was a Hardy Boys fanatic growing up. I read all them.
I
I
read
read
the
James
Sherlock.
Patterson and shit.
Sherlock
like that.
Holmes?
Nah, man, what's them dude? Alfred Hitchcock, man.
Oh yeah.
Them
Oh, yeah,
joints.
he went. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look,
But we don't know. It's a lot of. You know, I'm just when people look at me and they see the way that I write, they're like, damn, you don't even write like a black person. That shit is stupid. Because
what does that
people know,
mean?
because people say that because we box ourselves in. Because we say, if you're not saying, man, I picked the Jane up from this, and if you're not saying that,
If
you're
you
not black.
enunciating your words.
But you realize that you putting yourself in a box, the same box that you get mad when people put you in when they lock their doors and make sure they got their wallet. You get mad when people do it, but we do it to ourselves. And that's why I said I'm not gonna put myself in that box. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
So with that being said, man, a lot of people don't realize that we live up to the stereotypes because it's a double entendre type thing. I'm a do something, say it. You gonna say I'm not gonna do it while you doing it the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
with a name like King David, you know that name hold weight. You feel me? Are there any parallels between the historical King David and the legend in the making King David, the comedian?
yeah, actually, man, my first girlfriend, man, you know the story parallels so much that I killed my first girlfriend boyfriend. Nah, I'm just fucking.
I'm about to say, we got exclusive.
Is this a murder? Is this a murder
On the
confession?
Hunnids Podcast.
Nah,
Yeah.
but
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
tell us more.
We about to be flayed like a
I'm about
motherfucking
to
hill,
sit back
boy.
and be like, yeah, keep talking,
You see
brother.
niggas get comfortable?
They trying to Vlad me in here.
Want
You
some
know what I
water,
mean?
brother?
Like
A
what
shot
time
of
and date was it? Nah, but you know, my family, you know, of course, yeah, they still. Nah, but you know, rest in peace. Nah, I'm just joking. But listen, when I first, you know, of course, man, we all, man, as black people, man. And first off, I'm gonna say this too, real quick. I said this last night at my open mic. They call, what are you? What do you identify as? What?
American.
Okay, what do you identify as?
As a black man.
Black man. A lot of people identify as what? African American.
I'm not an African.
Yeah, I'm not an African either. I've never even
Bro,
been an African.
I can't
hate that
stand. I don't check it.
No, I hate that shit.
I check other.
I love that shit.
I check other.
No, I don't say
I love
because
that shit. Maybe because I'm light skinned, I just gotta hold on to
Yeah,
it. or something.
but dog, think about this.
Love
I
that
think it's
shit.
disrespectful. I've never stepped foot in Africa. My family not from Africa.
It's your fault.
None of us. You been to Africa?
I'm going.
that's some black shit right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm gonna go one day.
Nigga, you ain't go. But you been? Hell no, I ain't been.
No, I ain't
Nah,
been-
continue. This beautiful. Build on
But no,
this.
man,
Build
you know
on
what I'm
this.
saying? I feel like I feel like that's disrespectful, yo. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about everything, all these laws, everything like that, all that stuff was built back in white America days.
Right.
The good old boys. All these laws, everything that we are abiding by, the amendments, everything is from the good old boys.
Right.
The good old boy way of thinking. That's why we can never progress because it's the good old boys. Unless we change the good old boy law, and I'm sorry, I know I went kind of left, but I feel like I've
That's your life.
been meaning to say this for forever, man. Until we change the good old boy laws, the amendments, the Constitution, until all that stuff has to be rewritten in order for all humans to have a chance to just progress and maybe become unified in some way in the United States.
See, my thing it is, man. If you go and you look up this man, his name was John Gilliam. He was a slave out of North Carolina.
Black
he was
man.
a slave. That means he came from Africa.
Damn sure want a white man. He talking about slave. He talking about black man.
man.
He damn sure want a white man.
Could have been light skinned.
Right. But what I'm saying is that he came from Africa.
Right.
That's my people.
Right.
That's my bloodline. So for me to say that I am an African American, I was born in America. I can't get out of that. I'm an American.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna wear no red feds around here. You feel me? So I ain't claiming no. I'm an American.
Right.
But for me to say that I'm African, to me that honors. You know what I'm saying? John Gilliam.
Right.
For me to say that, we was Negroes. I know what they wanted to classify us as. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But we rose. From that you had your Malcolm.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? From the pressure of that, it crafted a diamond. So to me, it's a badge of honor. It's like, I'm an African American. You just white. You
Well,
just
I'm
Asian.
gonna say this.
whatever. You feel me?
When people ask me from now on, I'm a Norfolk American.
I like that.
I like that.
That's really
Hey,
like
look,
it.
but if you want to get too technical, you might not know
Norfolk
Norfolk.
American.
I'm a Virginia American because we all from that. If you trace the lineage down, everything was cultivated and stolen from us at the end of the day.
Right.
So if we want to narrow it back down, we all are African Americans. But to be literal, where you're from, where you identify with, we identify with where we're from. Because if you was to drop, I understand what you're saying, like, yeah, man, this is not of my people. Well, if they was to drop your ass in Africa right now, you wouldn't know what the fuck.
We wouldn't know what to do.
Ain't
You
no
ain't
Sam
speaking that
Lamb
French.
Ain't no Sam Lamb, Royal Farms, or Chick-fil-A's in Africa. Well, they probably, I'm going to take that back. They got Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A everywhere. But at the end of the day, man, we box ourselves in with saying we African American and don't even realize where we came from. Like a lot of people that say they're African American don't even know African heritage. Like they don't know nothing about Africa. You know what I'm saying? So before you even know that, man, like they box you in, and they was trying to be funny with that. You know what I'm saying?
They was.
We not Americans anyway. To be honest with you, we are stolen merchandise. You know what I'm saying? So we stolen. So you can't really say, you can't put a label on some stolen shit. I know black people do it all the time. Put some shit out their trunk, put a different price tag on it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do. They re-merchandised us, and they re-merchandised us as African Americans. Nah, we stolen. You know what I'm saying?
At what point are we gonna wake up as people and make our own decision as to what way we are gonna go as a people? When is that gonna happen?
Well,
Think about it. We just gonna take national news from yesterday.
Yeah.
That would have never ever went down like that if there was a shrew of black people running up in that building. Never in life.
The reason why it wouldn't happen if it was black people, just to be honest with you, because half of us would have been late. So it only been like 10 people trying to storm. By the time the other half got there, the rest would have been dead. Like, nah, fuck that. We gonna detour.
But people really need to open their eyes and realize that I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I feel like I'm right. I feel like we as a people, black people, we are on the endangered species list.
Man, I'm like,
and I'm not just saying like we animals. I'm talking about like we killing each other and they killing us.
Man,
at the end of the day, it's like
I'm looking at what happened yesterday, man. I'm just like, I saw a whole bunch of cowards. When people sit here and they be like, I was up in D.C. in June, so I saw the military tanks. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference. When that tear gas came out yesterday, them folks, scat, they ran.
Yeah.
When 5:30 was coming, them folk were walking away. They was packing up. They was leaving.
But how did
they
even
not
get that
willing?
far?
Listen, what I'm saying to you, bro.
Yeah.
White privilege got them that far. You don't worry about that. How they got it that far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the difference between how they got that far. If I tell you put your hands up right now, you probably look at me what? But if I put a badge on, you do it.
Right.
It's the same reason. Why nobody ever attacked that building? Because they got respect for it. They got this respect for a building. They call this building hallowed and sacred and all. It's just brick and mortar. White privilege ran in that junk. But what I'm saying is this, man. It's like we were getting killed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There were people out there on our side that were willing to die for what they believe in.
Right.
We haven't seen them folk that willing to die for that yet.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna answer your question, and then I'm gonna speak on what you're saying, because it's a real situation. Aside from all the comedy shit, we don't realize that we fight in so many battles.
Yeah.
Every day, the black life is a life of battles. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to battle being from this neighborhood. You got to battle being light skinned, dark skinned. You got to battle just being black. You got to battle gangs. You got to battle all these different things.
Your haircut, bald head, Caesar, dreads.
But we don't realize that we put ourselves into these so many different battles that it's so hard to fight the main battle, which is the world is trying to kill us. The world is trying to kill you. So you got all of these little battles going on that you don't realize that they looking like, okay, well, we're gonna just drop a bomb right here, boom, and then we're gonna pull back. That's police killing. Then we're gonna drop a bomb over here, boom, that's COVID. You know what I'm saying? But all these other little battles still going on because people still dying. Like niggas ain't stopped killing because COVID. Like it's still going on. But
if anything is getting worse.
Listen, they dropped COVID on the world. COVID was supposed to kill everybody. Then they came out and specifically said black people are at higher risk of dying from COVID. And guess what? Ain't nobody wake up and say, oh, black people. Oh man, put the gun down, man. Fuck all this neighborhood beef. Yeah, I know my homeboy dead, your homeboy dead. Look, man, fuck all that. They trying to kill everybody.
But why don't they understand that? Why can't they see? Why can't they see it? Why
we was on pace, and I don't even know if we still on pace. But by 2040, we was on pace to be the majority in this country.
Right. Well, you got to understand that it's bigger than what we see as on the small scale. It's a way bigger chess game. We on the checker level. Matter of fact, fuck that. We on Connect 4 level. We ain't even graduated to checkers. You know what I'm saying? Like no bullshit. We on Connect 4, and when people start really opening their eyes and seeing the chess game that's being played, they'll say, "Man, we ain't even on that board yet. We ain't even on that board. Like our kids is dead before they was born."
So what about the conscious people? What about the conscious, the rappers, like yourself, comedians like you? Do you put that information out there in your shows, whether it's funny or whether you come out? You know, some guys come out with the real strong. Come out, the political stuff, They didn't say a joke, but how do you put that out to the people? What are you doing?
Well, one of my favorite comedians, man, who really inspired me a lot when I first started doing comedy, man, is Michael Collier. I met Michael Collier at the Funny Bone. Like I watched this dude from House Party to Def Comedy Jam to, you know what I'm saying, everything he did, it was something that gravitated me to this dude, and he is a comedian for the intellectual. But I seen a clip of him back in the day when I first started doing comedy. He was on the Venice Strip, and he had people around him, and he was just doing this thing, but he was on a conscious level, and I'm like, damn, dude is conscious. Not only is he conscious, he giving you messages, but he telling you jokes, but he keeping you entertained at the same time. And I'm like, I want to be like that. Remember I told you back in the day, I had to learn how to be a man by what I seen from other men. Like I had to take bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? Because my father wasn't there. So I had to learn. And I was like, as a comedian, I want to take that piece. So every time I do comedy, I try to impart something to my people. Like I'm gonna give you a message. Like my message ain't to tear you down. Like I was just in a roast battle not too long ago with a female, and when I looked at her, even though everything's going on, I looked at her and said, I won't sacrifice this woman, or I won't sacrifice this black woman for y'all laugh to win a belt or to win some money, because her future is bigger than this moment. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a conscious mind to see that. So when people say they conscious, if you not imparting that back to people, then you're not conscious. You just a person that wake up from naps periodically but go back to sleep.
Right.
Consciousness is something that you perpetually in even when you sleep. So I always impart that back. So I do motivation as well. I ain't tell y'all that, but I do motivation, man, and I also help youth, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, COVID slowed it down, but I was reaching out with the detention homes and working with the kids and going back to the prisons I was at. But being that COVID happened, I can't go back. So once everything get over with, they'll you know what I'm saying, they'll see me, man.
Yeah, they'll definitely open up the door for you at detention.
Tell you about Michael Collier, man. Mr. Michael Collier, man. Like I reached out to him for an interview, and he granted me the interview.
Yeah.
At the time, we had just lost $3,000 worth of equipment to a flood. Just had enough equipment to get that going. He gave it to me, the interview.
Yeah.
After we sat down, talked for a minute, and I just shared my aspirations with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said, what you doing tomorrow? He was like, well, I ain't doing nothing. What's up? He was like, man, rap, need to go to Richmond.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, dog, this man, we woke up 6 o'clock in the morning, picked this man up from the Western. We drove up to Richmond. He gave me so much game.
Yeah.
From Virginia Beach to Richmond.
Yeah.
Got to Richmond. Allowed me to sit in on a business meeting. This man was negotiating a deal. I'm not going to speak on the deal or what it's about, but he was negotiating and allowed me to sit there and soak it up.
Yeah.
And gave me more game on the way back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Did he give you gas money though?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
I'm fucking with you.
But I'm gonna tell you how he
Shout out
did
to
it.
Mike, though.
I'm gonna tell you how he did it.
Yeah.
He offered it.
Yeah.
And of course I said, nah, Mr. Carly, boom, 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 boom.
Mike, that can't good.
He left it
Yeah.
in the whip.
That's crazy.
You
Hey,
feel me?
that's the type of guy, man. You know, it's energy. You can catch energy through the TV, man. That's why you can still see people from back in the day. When I first met Mike, well, I only met the nigga one time. But when I met him, he was coming out of the Funny Bone. Now keep in mind, I've been following this dude his whole life. And you know, like some people idolize Jay-Z and they idolize this person, that person. In the comedy game, I idolize Michael Collier. Because in comedy, he is everything that I wouldn't mind being. You know what I'm saying? But just, of course, being myself. When I seen him, he was getting on the elevator, I was coming up. And I say, damn, Mike, and this is how the whole thing go. I say, damn, Mike, what's going on, man? He like, hey, how you doing? Of course, he moving, he in between. So I'm like, hey, man, I say, man, I fuck with you, man. I said, I'm a fan of yours. He like, all right, brother. I say, man, you the same guy that said, if you got a big dick, you don't need a Mercedes-Benz. So when I said that, he stopped. Like the door, I'm on the other side, he in the elevator, I'm out the elevator. And when I said it, he stopped and turned around. And I said, yeah, man. I say, I'm serious, man. I said, man, look, I'm King Day the comedian. I said, man, it's nice to meet you, man, in person, man. I said, one day I'm gonna sign an autograph for you. And he looked at me, he said, man, I appreciate that, brother. I can't wait. And that was the extent of it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was that, man. You know, you always have a mind of what you would do in the moment if you meet this person, met that person. When I met him, it was pure genuineness. And I'm at that point, what I said was, some people would take it as arrogance, but I took it as a bookmark. Like, I got to get to the point where I can honor what I told that man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. I told that man I'm gonna be at a point where I can sign an autograph for him. You know how big you got to be to sign an autograph for Mike Collier. Mm-hmm. So that said, my bar is higher than being a local celebrity. My bar is higher than just being a dude that can go to Funny Bone and the Richmond and the Improv. My standard is I need to sign a goddamn autograph for Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And him walk off with it. You know what I'm saying? So I set the bar for myself even back then. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
On the strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the strength.
Yeah.
Check your phone when you after this.
Fact.
My niggas, man.
Fact.
Hey, listen, man. So look, man, with COVID shutting everything down, man, are you looking at it like this is putting, comedians on the even playing field?
Nah, I'm gonna say COVID, and I got a lot of people that look at me as a mentor, man. It take a lot out of me, man. Like I was telling you earlier before you came in, behind the scenes, I was saying I'm an entrepreneur, and a lot of comedians forget. And I'm gonna give y'all the game right now. I tell all of my comedians this that respect what I got to say, cause I ain't nobody. You don't gotta expect it. I'm a nobody, and that's the truth. Until I'm somebody, I'm a nobody. People forget that. I'm a businessman that does comedy. I'm not a comedian. I'm a businessman that does comedy. And when you look at yourself in that light, you will say, okay, I'm not just gonna sit around and wait for somebody to bring it to me. I'm gonna bring it to them. If I got a business or a service, COVID don't stop my business. My business keeps going whether COVID here or not. Because I'm a businessman. Businessman don't pack up and say, oh, well, it's COVID, we off. Nah, businessman keep grinding and say, okay, well, this is how it went, let me do this. Like the McDonald's dude. Right. He say, okay, y'all just wanna make burgers. I'm a businessman. I'm gonna take this burger across the world. And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So COVID ain't stopped nothing for me. If anything, COVID shows who really ready to grind. COVID show who really thirsty and really hungry and really love it. You know what I'm saying? So
See, that's what I was getting at, because for us, I feel like this thing paused everything.
Yeah.
I feel like now y'all got to show what y'all got, and I feel like we more talented than y'all.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We put together a greater product. You feel me? We put more research into this, and we got way better conversations than y'all slick ass, fake ass niggas out there. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. Hunnids Podcast. Look, More housekeeping. Make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe at the Hunnids Podcast. Shout out to our sponsor at ILD_clothing. I told y'all I was gonna fuck that up. But look though, let me ask you this, man. So with your with you not boxing yourself in with the country music, with the comedy, with the books, with the construction. At the end of the day, which one makes you the happiest, man? And which one do you see yourself at the end of the day? If you could just do this, which one would it be?
That's a good ass fucking question, man. That's a great question because I done named so many things that I do to y'all. But if it was one thing, and I tell people all the time, I don't know if comedy is gonna be my golden ticket. I tell people this all, I don't know if comedy is my golden ticket. I'm good. I'm great at it. I'm better than a lot of these motherfuckers. I done seen a lot of motherfuckers who do comedy. I'm better than them. They got more popularity. They got more longevity in the game. They've been in it longer. But I'm better than them. I can look at them and tell. Pound for pound, I done call some of them out and they was like, nah, man, go ahead, man, with that bullshit. Like, you a comedian. I'm just, it's just a volley.
Yeah.
But if it was one thing that I could say I would do and I could see myself doing for the rest of my life, it'll be motivation, giving back, philanthropy type work. Because I feel like it's more voices screaming than it is voices that's coming down and talking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about money. I make money all the time. I give money away. I invest my own money all the time. If money is what you seek, then your soul is what you will give. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when I give my soul, when I give my heart, when I give who I am, the money gonna come. Because it's gonna be people around you that's gonna want to give to you because they see you putting your all into it and they realize you tired. They realize you giving up a lot. They realize your sacrifice and they gonna want to invest. But if you chasing money, you're gonna lose your soul. That's why I said in the beginning of this interview, if I sacrifice certain people, how much am I willing to give up? I'm not willing to give you my soul. I'm not willing to give you my grandma. I'm not willing to give you my mama. I'm not willing to give you none of these people because I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? For what you want. I don't got to give you these people for a laugh. You know what I'm saying? I can give you so much more. But I'd rather give you this motivation because I believe investing in people. You know what I'm saying? If I invest in you, you might turn around and make me the money that I thought I was going to make on my own. But I invested in you so you can bring it to me.
Do you think that a strong king needs a strong queen behind him?
Absolutely. I believe that my views on that vary. We ain't going to get into that, but I believe that you have to have, that there's going to be several women around you that push you in certain areas. Every man... Yeah.
So every man should have
every man should have multiple wives.
Hold on. We can go there now. If y'all want to go there,
keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
I believe that we are kings and queens and we don't know it. However, I understand that it's a stereotype, and I understand that there's a lopsidedness in the world. But I do believe that man was supposed to have more than one woman. People disagree with me on that. But check me out though.
They had multiple women in the Bible.
Yeah, check me out though.
Come close to the mic.
Yeah, check me out though. When you can have that one woman who does 75% of what you want in a woman. She does 75% of the things that you want in a woman, but you still don't find that woman to be enough. But then you will have a female who stays in, she could stay out, got daggone tired with a pot, but she got 25%. And that you're not getting from that 75. And what you'll find yourself doing, creeping with that 25. You'll find yourself at 25% land. You know what I'm saying? Doing what it is that you do. And I'm gonna say this. I had 80%. I had 80% in two women. I had 50 and I had 30. They were living in the same house with me. And it was all right, you know what I'm saying? But I was still missing 20. So guess what I do? I leave my 50 and 30 at the crib, and I'm out here getting change, you know what I'm saying? But we do that all the time.
Concubine.
We do that all the time, and we don't never really truly believe that it's a possibility that maybe it could work if everybody was in on what's going on.
Is that why men cheat?
But is that okay? Go ahead.
Men,
go ahead.
I believe that we cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't. It's no. I believe it's one perfect woman for every man in the world. The odds of finding that woman is probably 1 in a trillion.
But you just said.
This is what he said.
It's like.
It's one perfect
woman.
one
Perfect woman for every man. The odds of finding that woman is 1 in however many people it is on this earth. You feel what I'm saying? It's that one perfect person. But the odds of you meeting that person, your perfect woman might not even speak English. She might not even speak English, being real. But she perfect for you. Like, you wouldn't desire no other woman. You wouldn't even look at another woman because you'll be so pressed on her, but you don't even speak her language. So here it is, you making this one perfect woman out of 3 different women. And you'll juggle it until you get caught up, and then you know what I'm saying?
But the flip side to the argument of polygamy is that is the man broken? Because a complete man doesn't need, and I'm not saying I believe, I'm just saying it's the flip side. A complete man doesn't need multiple women.
Well, I mean, you got to grow up. You got to realize too, the society that I disagree with that. There's nothing wrong. Every man is not able to, just like every man is not meant to be or fit to be a king, because every man doesn't see himself as a king. So you got to realize that whatever position your hand call for is what you are deserving of. You know what I'm saying? It was just like Hakeem in Coming to America. He was a prince, regardless of what he did in his life and how he tried to dumb it down. At the end of the day, he was a prince, and he couldn't run from it because that was his calling in life.
Right.
But his main man, which was
Arsenio Hall.
yeah, what was his name? Hakeem? No, I want Hakeem.
What was Hakeem?
Simi was his right hand man. He wasn't royalty, but he was right there. So his hand didn't call for what Hakeem called for, but he was right there. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't able to do what Hakeem did, no matter how much he tried to try. So I believe that every man has their own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Different hand in life. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard enough to juggle the one I got, man.
Yeah, but I got mine, though. I'm going to say this. Let me clarify everything. That's just my view on it. You know what I'm saying? But I got mine, man. I do believe that you have to have that strong one, man. And it took me a lot of mental anguish in getting myself in order.
Now, let's flip it. What if the woman comes home, what if the queen comes home and say, hey, I think
I already know where you're going.
Woman should.
It ain't
I think I need another king here.
That's when she gonna hear this song.
Maybe 2 more.
Left a good job down in the city, working for. I'm gonna start playing that, and if you can't get it from there, then you know.
I already know.
Working for the man every.
And then be like this. You know that meme.
Nah, but nah, I just truly believe, man, that you gotta look at this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna make it plain, and it takes a strong person to take that person with them from start to finish. But it has to be a bond there from starting from the bottom, now I'm here, staying down till you come up. If a person stay down with you, man, you owe them loyalty, man, to take them with you on that ride because they made you get there. How many celebrities that we see all the time start off with one girl, then when they get famous, you know, they got a white girl. Like look at Biggie. You ever see Biggie baby mama, the first baby mama?
Yeah.
She looks like Biggie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No offense, man. Rest in peace to Biggie, man. I love Biggie. But his first baby mama looked like him.
Yeah.
Then he graduated to Faith Evans.
Faith.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You ever seen Fat Faith?
Nah, but he didn't see Fat Faith either.
No,
Biggie didn't see Fat Faith.
Biggie saw Slim
Faith.
Faith.
He seen Faith Evans in her prime. You know what I'm saying?
Super prime.
No, he saw her.
What, Big Faith?
Yeah.
I ain't see Fat
Hold
Faith.
on.
Fat Faith didn't look like Biggie first mama. I don't care what Faith you pull up.
Hold on.
I don't know. Faith now, she got daggone
Man,
I
you
eat 2
better
crackers
hope
a day, Faith. This something right here to have somebody manager looking at your ass at a show like, hey, I'm gonna holler at you real quick. Faith want to talk to you.
Right.
Man, I can't. Who's
All right, so
Stevie
look.
J?
Nah, no.
I'm waiting.
Fat face.
Man, that's
That ain't it, man. I'm going to find it. Y'all keep building. I'm going to find that
Listen,
joint.
y'all, they looking for Faith Evans when she was big. Back in the
she
day,
was terrible.
Faith Evans was decent. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like a upgrade.
I don't know.
That ain't the
No,
same.
No. She was definitely an upgrade from Biggie first baby mama. Have you seen Biggie first baby
Absolutely.
mama?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dark
big-
skin.
God.
Yeah,
Biggie first baby mama, she wore Kango hats and everything like him. I'm talking about. He stole some of his ad libs from his first baby mama.
His daughter looked just like him.
Baby. That was
Yeah, the one
she
that
do?
owned the boutique.
Oh no.
The one that he had the baby with.
Pop definitely smashed her.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Everybody know Pac beat, man.
Hey, I know something too about black women. Black women is the only one that still fuck dead people like in their mind. You know what I mean?
God.
Like, listen, black women do that type shit. You just made me think of when he talked about Pac. Because
Luther,
you be hearing women talk about, I fuck Pac. Like, Pac dead as hell.
That's Fat Faith, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember
But
that.
go ahead. I'm listening
But
to
Faith
you,
was
though.
still bad, though.
I'm listening to you though. Build on this.
54 is hot.
But nah, but a lot of people, man, they get to a certain level of success, and then you see them elevate. You know what I'm saying, or what they consider as elevating to. That's why you see them having different marriages. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I got the one with me now, man. She pushed me at a level where I ain't see on this level where I'm at. So I know as it goes on, she's already forward thinking, like I am, because I might be a hands-on dude. Like hey, we got this going on, man. Let's do it. Like y'all right now, y'all is in tune with what's going on with the world. All right, we got a podcast. They're gonna push it out here on the internet. We're gonna be proactive on this. I'm that guy's like, you got something going on, I'm gonna show up. When it comes to the internet, I be green to that. So I'm the hands-on and she's the internet and how the relationship work. You know what I'm saying?
She compliment the parts where you're weak at.
Right, because you know you gotta first be able to admit where your weaknesses at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So look, man, tell the people, you know what I'm saying, what you got coming up next, how they can tap in with you.
And listen,
Give
man.
them all that.
If you in the Hampton Roads area, man, every Wednesday, 5511 Ferris Street, Norfolk, man, you can catch me, man, hosting live, man. I do my own show, man. Grand prize, as always, man, to the winners. Shout out to the people at Blended Kitchen, man. You can follow me at _King Dave the Comedian. That's KingDaveTheComedian. King Dave the Comedian _ in the front.
So look, man, this one will say to you, bro, the door open. This just one. We got to get a part 2, part 3.
Absolutely.
I mean that.
2, 3, 4.
After we get to like 3, I'll probably be trying to charge y'all.
It did.
Nah, I'm just fucking. Nah, man. Hey, listen, man. I had to come to the Hunnids, man, because I've been following y'all guys, man.
Appreciate
y'all
it.
always keep it real, man. Y'all always ask the tough questions, man. Y'all pick people's brains, man, and that's what's needed. You know what I'm saying? So really, to be honest with you, y'all part of the motivation too. You know what I'm saying? So
Appreciate
man, keep grinding, man. Keep people tuned in. You know what I mean? I'm definitely here. You know.
Appreciate that, man. Hey, look, man, it's the Hunnids Podcast, man. Shout out to our sponsor, ILD Clothing, Integrity, Loyalty, Discipline. Shout out to the homie King David, my dog B Sawyer. Hey, look, we out of here, man.
Stay tuned.
Hunnid.